Hey beauties, morning to you. Beautiful people. Boy, Jamaica is it's like an incessant festivity that goes on in this country. So the mayor of Hanover, Mr. Samuels, said that we need to start naming the potholes in the parish in honor, honor is being used not necessarily in the best way of the MPs. There's a particular MP for Hanover Eastern, another one for Hanover Western. And I'm laughing, but it's not a good laugh, because he was saying that somewhere along that Hopewell Lucy Road, they can't see the police officers, the people who traverse the area or drive, it builds up the traffic, because when the road is bad, it takes you twice as long to get where you're going. It slows up things and more cars, and there's a build up, and then it becomes problematic. We don't bother talking about the damaging of the motor vehicles, the wear and tear of it, more than the ordinary wear and tear that should happen on a smooth road. So it puts you in more expenses. And we know the different outcomes that can happen from having poor roads in Jamaica. So is it because I'm just asking questions. Please note, I'm only asking questions. I don't want anybody to come for me. If you don't want to come, that you have to come through God first. If you come through Jesus first. So put whatever. Is it because it was 7-0 in terms of when it had to do with local government elections, where all of the votes went in favor of the People's National Party? So there is no hurry, there is no rush. There is no excitement and zeal to go and fix the roads. I tell you, leadership is a very strange thing in the minds of people. One of the greatest attributes or element of a leader is being able to get your opponent on your side to see what you're saying. The ability to do it. The ability to have the opponent respecting you, because it means that you're a man or a woman of fairness, you're a man or woman of law, you're a man and woman of justice. The Bible said David dealt with the people fairly and justly. That is why he was the greatest earthly king ever. And his name will forever be called until the day God comes, and perhaps even after. It is a travesty of justice. I know what it is when you, last year sometimes I was in the parish of Hanover, and it is just really, really and truly saddening. And that's not the only parish with potholes. Don't let me start to mention different areas. You need to visit places like Exeter in the Clarendon's division and so on, and other places across Manchester. Just different areas. Kingston, Lord of His mercy. Kingston, St. Andrew, wherever you want to name, all across the island. All across the island. So you know what? I don't believe in embarrassment and humiliation, to be honest, because I always say that those two bad fruits are of the devil. But, sometimes people are pushed to do certain things. Perhaps if they put up a flag in honor, and you know what they mean when they say in honor, they don't mean a literal praise and high commendation. To show that this pothole belongs to you, that one belongs to that one. Perhaps may just, pinch the MPs to say, you know what? Yes, nobody from our side won the local government elections, but we signed up to do a duty that covers all Jamaicans, whether they're on our side in the political sense or they're not on our side in the political arena. It is beyond a travesty of justice. Sometimes I wonder how you people get leadership roles. I don't understand us as a Jamaican people. But, when I see the outcome in schools and the kind of crop that we're now producing, where people in high schools are reading at or below the basic school level, people in high school, depending on where you are reading at or below grade 4 level, we understand what is happening in our country. The minds of the people are twisted. So it's like the wrong wires are there in many of the people. You can hear it, when they're being interviewed and when they're speaking, you realize they're and I'm not using it as it relates to what the scripture is talking about. They're in this world, but certainly not of it. Their mind is far gone. Far gone. Can't put them on any of the other planets that are around. Far, far gone. It is a travesty to say the least, of justice. So I can understand where the mayor is coming from. We need to put accountability, we need to ensure that we practice the accountability framework that is put in place. So remember years ago when one particular minister said that it's not my hole, it is a former prime minister's hole. And people took it, it's like we had to say no pun intended in a sense. Because Jamaicans love to play on words. As they hear something, you have to be careful when you're talking to Jamaican people. Sometimes when you're talking, you probably relegate it to just saying and, but, the, of, is, was. Because everything is read in a sort of sinister way or sexually implicit in their minds way. But it was a little discourteous. I didn't think the languaging was good. There is a sort of decorum that we must place when we're speaking about our leaders. We have to be very careful. It doesn't matter if they're on your side or they're not on your side. There has to be a level of decorum when we're talking about our leaders. So it was a bit distasteful. People found it funny. I didn't. I did not. But I can understand and appreciate why the mayor would say that, because it's frustrating. It is an old adage almost of the Jamaican people talking about fix the roads, instead of stealing the money, the corruption. The Jamaican people have been saying this over the years. And that is why I ask the questions, MPs, the two MPs that are there, is it because none of the councillors for the Jamaica Labour Party won? Why is it that Hanover has been crying out for a little while? Why is it? Westmoreland seeming to have a problem as well as it relates to water. I saw on the news recently where there was a water truck pulling water from a dirty looking river, to go and distribute to households, to people, because that's the only water that they have. A country that is surrounded by water, land and wood. A country that is surrounded by water. A country in which quite a number of the parishes, this rainfall is like getting up and drinking something every day or eating food every day. And yet we're having this issue. Mismanagement, misappropriation, bad and poor leadership, and corruption. Corruption is a pandemic in this country. It's not just an epidemic, it's a pandemic. Because it affects everyone in all areas and elements and spheres. People corrupt till you don't even know. You just walk through it. It's like somebody poop on you in them clothes and they send, and them have the rotten belly. It's like you wonder if them eat 2 rotten egg, 2 dead rat, and some spoiled food, and eat it, and then them leg of that poop on you. No care you wash the clothes, it no move. No care you put the best perfume, it no move. It stay upon you the whole day, like the lady at Carnival who said a man came and was winding up behind her, and the dude who followed her home, it traversed with her like a demon. Like a coolie demon. No disrespect to the Indians, I used to hear people trouble people like that. So when them dead coolie dopey they come by you, you're in a problem. God himself have to come deliver you. So I can understand where the mayor is coming from. Because they said they're going to write letters and so on. But write letters. I tell you, this country is a big farce. We live in a big farce of a country. You see why I'm afraid if we should get that reparation money there, the $9.5 trillion, me say I want the people who are saying it, if they are really truly sincere, just get everybody account numbers, because they can. We live in a AI world. And just put at least 1.5 million in all the Jamaican people's accounts, and then give the rest to them. They can do what they want with after that. If they want to invest, if they want to use it, them do that. But just make sure the Jamaican people get it. Begin to sort of clear their consciences. At least you know that the Jamaican people say, me get some money finally for the first time in my life, probably the first and last in my life. Like how the Americans would get their stimulus package when they apply for it. This country is a big, 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 big joke. Yeah, man, name them. Go on through Mr. Mayor of Hanover. I hope you get through like the rest of parishes. Guys, follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this message.